A few weeks into a promising new relationship, your partner suddenly stops responding to your calls and texts. As days turn into weeks without any communication, your attempts to reach out through phone, texts, or social media are ignored, leaving you feeling confused and distressed, looking for clues as to what went wrong, but discovering nothing. This sudden disappearance without explanation or closure is a classic example of ghosting in a dating relationship. But why do people do it? And how common is it? Let's take a closer look at how different factors such as low self-esteem, avoidant attachment styles, and nefarious personality traits might play a role. Individuals with a combination of personality traits associated with the dark triad are more likely to ghost in relationships. Researchers Delroy L. Paulus and Kevin M. Williams introduced the dark triad personality concept in 2002. The term refers to three negative personality traits: narcissism, Machiavellianism, and psychopathy. All three share some malicious traits and behaviors, such as a lack of empathy, manipulative behaviors, and a focus on self-interest at the expense of others. These individuals are frequently prone to deceptive behavior, a disregard for morality, and a predisposition to manipulate personal relationships to achieve their goals. Their self-centered and uncaring traits drive them to prioritize their own needs, using ghosting as a convenient way to avoid commitment and the emotional demands of a relationship without considering the emotional impact on the other person. One study found that individuals who had previously ghosted someone were more likely to find ghosting acceptable and exhibited higher levels of Machiavellianism and psychopathic traits. People with high levels of dark triad traits, narcissism, Machiavellianism, and psychopathy, tend to see ghosting as an acceptable way to end short-term relationships, but not long-term ones. It is important to point out, however, that if someone has ghosted you, this doesn't automatically mean they have a dark personality. So, what are some other reasons that individuals seem to suddenly vanish without a trace? Research identifies 5 main reasons why people ghost in relationships. Individual traits like low self-esteem and depressive tendencies might make ghosting others more likely. Self-protective measures are used in response to disrespectful or abusive treatment. Relational reasons, where ghosters do not see the relationship they're ending as serious. Situational factors, such as meeting via dating apps where ghosting is just easier or preferred. Internal causes related to cognitive reasons, like cognitive overload from excessive communication and a desire for space. A person may also be more likely to ghost you depending on their attachment style. For instance, studies have suggested that people with avoidant attachment styles tend to use less direct breakup strategies. These individuals often struggle with intimacy and are uncomfortable getting too close to others, which can lead them to ghost in romantic relationships, disappearing as soon as the other person tries to get close. Ghosting may be a way for them to avoid the emotional pain and threats to their freedom that deeper connections make them feel. To learn more about the different attachment styles, check out the link in the description. So, how common is ghosting? Research suggests that the increase in ghosting is linked to the growing popularity of online dating, mobile dating apps, and advances in mobile communication. In a survey by YouGov, Americans were asked if they had ever ghosted someone, been ghosted, or experienced both. They reported that approximately 29% had ghosted someone, 25% had been ghosted, 44% had both ghosted and been ghosted, and 4% had never been involved in ghosting. Interestingly, most of the participants, about 74%, believe that ghosting is not an appropriate way to end a relationship. But when someone ghosts, it's usually a pretty clear indicator that they're not interested in further communication. The most important thing in communication is hearing what isn't said. If you're wanting to know why some individuals tend to lash out after they get rejected by someone, then check out this video here. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.